My name is Victoria Elizabeth Harper, but to everyone who matters, I'm just Tori. 45 years old, mother of twin daughters, owner of Harper Events, a boutique event planning company that's booked solid for the next 18 months, and until very recently, wife to Michael Harper, senior partner at one of the most prestigious corporate law firms in the state. 18 years of marriage, 18 years of believing we were the couple people envied. We met in law school. I was the quiet paralegal track student who spent nights highlighting case law in fluorescent library light. He was the charismatic litigator everyone predicted would make partner before 40. He did at 38. I put my own dreams on hold to support him. Late-night dinners reheated while he prepared for trials. Weekends spent entertaining clients' wives while he closed deals. Years of fertility treatments that finally gave us our miracle twins, Olivia and Sophia. I built my business from nothing while raising the girls. Michael was proud, at least that's what he said. "Tori, you're incredible," he'd tell me at parties, his arm around my waist, champagne in hand. "Look at what my wife has accomplished." People would smile, nod, tell me how lucky I was to have such a supportive husband. I believed them. I believed him. But something shifted about 2 years ago. The late nights became routine. The emergency client dinners multiplied. His phone, once left casually on the kitchen counter, now lived in his pocket or face down on his nightstand. He started working out more, suddenly obsessed with CrossFit at 47. New clothes, new cologne, a new energy that didn't include me. I wish I could say the first red flag was dramatic, but it wasn't. It was small, ordinary, devastating. One Saturday in early spring, I needed to borrow his car, a sleek black Audi he babied more than anything else in his life. The girls were away at college, and I had a wedding consult in the city. My SUV was in the shop, so I grabbed his keys. As I reached into the glove box for the insurance card, he's obsessive about keeping everything organized. My fingers brushed against something soft and plastic. I pulled it out. A tube of personal lubricant, intimate, expensive brand, half used, the cap slightly sticky with residue. I stood in the garage, sunlight streaming through the small window, holding that tube like it was radioactive. Michael and I hadn't been intimate in over a year. He always had an excuse: exhaustion, stress. "It's not you, Tori, it's the pressure at work." I'd accepted it. Age happens, long marriages ebb and flow. We were comfortable, partners, best friends. Apparently, he was more than comfortable with someone else. I didn't cry, not then. I put the tube back exactly where I found it, aligned perfectly with the registration papers, and closed the glove box. My hands weren't even shaking. I drove to my consult, smiled at the bride-to-be, discussed floral arrangements and seating charts, and nailed the contract. But inside, something cracked open, a cold, quiet rage I didn't know I was capable of. That night, Michael came home late, again, smelling of that new cologne and something faintly floral underneath. I made him his favorite pasta, poured him wine, and watched him eat while I planned. I didn't confront him, not yet. Instead, I became an observer in my own life. I started paying attention. The way he angled his phone away when texting, the way he showered immediately upon coming home, no more collapsing on the couch in his suit like he used to, the faint lipstick smudge on a shirt collar I found in the dry cleaning pile, soft coral, not my shade, the hotel key card I discovered in his suit pocket when I was sewing a loose button back on. "Client gift," he said when I asked. "They always give us these things." I smiled, nodded, and that night, while he slept, I checked his laptop. He'd left it open, rare carelessness. Hidden in a folder labeled 2023 tax documents was another folder. L, just the letter. Inside, photos. Hundreds of them. Michael with a woman I recognized instantly. Lauren Everett, 28, stunning, his paralegal, blonde hair cascading over bare shoulders in one photo. Elena worked fast. Within 10 days, I had a file thick with proof. Hotel receipts, text messages recovered from cloud backups, photos of them leaving the office together late at night, audio recordings from a device she'd placed in Michael's car, legal in our state with one-party consent, mine. They had a pattern. Every few weeks, they'd escape to a lake house Michael had purchased years ago as an investment property. He told me he rented it out through a management company. In reality, it was their private getaway. No neighbors close enough to notice, secluded. Perfect. Elena even captured a conversation that made my skin crawl. Lauren, when are you going to tell her? Michael, soon. After the Henderson merger closes, I'll have enough political capital at the firm to leave without burning bridges. We'll say the marriage has been over for years. She'll believe it. She always believes me. And the money? The house is in both names, but I've been moving assets. She'll get her share, but the real value is in my client list. That stays with me. They laughed, like it was a game. I read the transcripts in Elena's office, didn't cry, didn't scream. Thank you, I said. Send me the final invoice. And Elena, thank you for treating me like a person, not a victim. She nodded. You're not a victim, Tori. You're a woman with options. I chose the nuclear option. Michael mentioned the lake house casually one Thursday night over dinner. Thinking of heading up there next weekend, he said, not looking up from his phone. Clear my head, finish some briefs. Might bring Lauren, she's been helping with research, purely professional. I smiled, touched his hand. You work too hard, honey. You deserve a break. Take the whole weekend. I have that gala on Saturday anyway. I'll be swamped. He looked relieved, grateful even. Perfect. I spent the next week preparing. First, the cameras. I drove up to the lake house on a weekday when I knew it was empty, used the spare key he still kept under the fake rock by the door, so predictable. Installed 8 high-definition, motion-activated cameras with audio, bedroom, living room, kitchen, master bathroom, even the deck overlooking the lake, professional grade, tiny, wireless, streaming to a secure cloud account only I controlled. I tested them obsessively. Crystal clear, night vision, sound so sharp I could hear a whisper from across the room. Then came the fun part. I knew their routine from Elena's reports. They always packed a weekend bag, champagne, chocolates, massage oils, that same brand of lubricant. I found the bag in Michael's closet, hidden behind his suits. Inside was everything I expected. I replaced the lubricant carefully. Industrial strength epoxy resin, clear, odorless, fast setting, liquid for the first few minutes, then hard as concrete, the kind used in construction. I bought it from a hardware store 3 towns away, paid cash, filled the tube completely, resealed it perfectly, tested a drop on scrap wood. It flowed smoothly at first, then bonded permanently. I even added a little something extra to their massage oil, a skin-safe but intense itching compound. Not dangerous, just unforgettable. Then I left, reset the key under the rock, drove home, and waited. Friday night, I kissed Michael goodbye as he loaded his car. "Text me when you get there," I said sweetly. "Of course, babe. Love you." Love you. Those words used to mean something. I poured myself a glass of wine, put on soft music, and opened my laptop. They arrived just after 9 p.m. The cameras caught everything. Champagne poured, toasts to our future, kisses that turned hungry, clothes shed on the way to the bedroom. They talked as they undressed, openly, carelessly. Lauren, God, I can't wait until we don't have to sneak around anymore. Michael, soon, after next quarter. I've already talked to Henderson. He'll follow me anywhere. Lauren, and Tori? Michael, she'll be fine. She has her little event business. She'll land on her feet. Little event business, the business I built from scratch while he was too busy. They moved to the bed. The massage oil came out first. At first, laughter, moans. Then, "Why am I itching so much?" "It's probably the new sheets. Stop scratching, you're ruining the mood." Then the lubricant. Everything seemed normal for a few minutes, then the confusion. "Wait, Michael, why can't I move?" "What the hell? Lauren, stop pulling!" Panic set in fast. They were stuck completely, irreversibly. The next 3 hours were a masterpiece of humiliation, screaming, crying, blaming each other. Lauren sobbing, "This burns! Do something!" Michael trying to reach his phone, failing because every movement caused excruciating pain. Finally, in desperation, Lauren managed to drag them both, still attached, to the nightstand. She dialed 911 with trembling fingers. "Yes, hello? We're stuck. We need help. Please send someone." The operator stayed calm, asked questions they couldn't answer honestly. I watched it all, didn't flinch, didn't fast forward. When the paramedics arrived, followed by fire, rescue, and local police, I was ready. I'd already prepared the package. Edited clips, their planning, their betrayal, their cruel words about me, blurred for decency, but with full audio, sent anonymously to every partner at Michael's firm, Lauren's parents, prominent local family, oh, the scandal, our daughters, with a long letter explaining, apologizing, preparing them, key clients Michael was planning to poach, a few well-placed gossip bloggers who cover legal circles. By the time Michael and Lauren were carefully separated with industrial solvents and carried out on stretchers, wrapped in sheets, faces hidden in shame, the news was spreading. I was at home, baking cookies for a client's engagement party when my phone started blowing up. Partners calling, friends texting in shock, Olivia and Sophia FaceTiming me in tears, but not the tears I expected. "Mom," Olivia said, "why didn't you tell us sooner?" "Because I needed to be sure," I replied, "and I needed you to see the truth for yourselves." Michael tried to come home Sunday night, found the locks changed, divorce papers waiting with a process server. The prenup, renewed 5 years ago at his insistence, just in case, Tori, you never know, was ironclad. He got his personal belongings, his car, his shame. I kept the house, the savings, my business, my dignity. The firm fired him quietly but swiftly. Lauren was let go with a reference that ensured she'd never work in law again. Last I heard, they're living in a 1-bedroom apartment across town, together, miserable. My business? Booked solid for 2 years now. I've hired 3 new planners, expanded into destination weddings. The girls come home every break. We laugh more than we ever did when their father lived here. Sometimes, late at night, I open the cloud account and watch a few seconds of the footage. Not for pleasure, but as a reminder. I was never the fool. I was the storm they never saw coming. And I won. What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. And if you're here, thank you for listening to my story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me where you're watching from. I read every single one. See you in the next one.